What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. It is the 20th day of November, and here we are sitting at about $0.0025 right now with 7 hours and 38 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it, my friends. We have pushed lower. I want to look at the short-term stuff, but before we do, I want to just say that, in reference to this low here, something that's a bit of a scary thought is, will that low hold? What happens if we go below it, right? And I want to address that now because if this low doesn't hold, we likely will find support. Oh, I didn't mean to draw a yellow line. I want the white line. It just stands out better. We'll likely find support somewhere between there and here. Okay. Now, that's no fun. From this low to that price there, it's about a 13% drop. Nobody wants to lose 13%. And from here, it's even more. But again, significant resistance here, significant resistance here. I highly doubt that even in our worst nightmares where this low is taken out, that we would go below this line, right? You'd likely find support right there. And then, and then with this price action moving up, that would look like a double bottom overall, just a slightly lower low. And that's fine. That actually reminds me of what Bitcoin did back here. Back on the, in, what was it, July? Or May? May to June, to the end of June, right here, where you had a slightly lower low and then you rallied, right? Same kind of idea here. Maybe you have a slightly lower low. Do you see it? Do you see what I'm going for, right? It's like, whoops. It's like this right here. I don't know why that's still there. This whole area right here would be equivalent to like this whole area here for Bitcoin, more or less. And then we had a massive rally afterwards. Where did we go, actually, on that note? All the way up to our golden ratio, not past it. Okay. I think we'll see a little bit more of a bounce from there. I don't think that we're going to go straight to our golden ratio. I would think that we go up to about 3 cents or more, but time will tell. I don't know yet if we're going below this low. I know that I'm talking about it as if it's going to happen. My expectation would be that we sorry. Oh man. I ate some peanuts. Anybody who eats peanuts, you know what I'm talking about, man. It chokes you out. Let me drink this water. Hold on real quick. Okay. Let's see. People theorize what's in here. They say that it's vodka. Nope. Guess again. It's something else though. It's not vodka. What is it? Is it water? Is it moonshine? 00256 right now. I don't believe that we go below these lows here. I think that we do hold support and we do not go below these lows. I'm only talking about it because if it happens, I don't want to see the classic thing, which is that people capitulate and they sell at the absolute worst time. There were probably max amount of sellers here. There were probably max amount of buyers here, right? We typically, as human beings, do the opposite of what we should do. So again, in the event that somebody's watching this video, hopefully I can prevent somebody from making the bad decision while others are making the bad decision if we do go below this low. Again, if you're asking me, would I bet on us going below this low? No, I would bet on us holding that low as support, but anything can happen. I've been wrong before, I can be wrong again, and the call right now is that if we go lower, we would likely hold these prior resistance points for support, okay? Here we are at the 886 though, right now, from an overall low to the high of this move, not taking the fake out high. We're right at the 886. It's a perfect area to find support. It literally is perfect. And I would think that if this doesn't hold, again, you really do run the risk of going lower. You really do run the risk of going down to like 0.002 or somewhere around there. I don't think that we go that low, but if you don't hold this here, you run that risk. Whenever we move up from here, it's vital that Zebec gets above 0033. We need and not just gets above, but we need a day to close above the golden ratio. When we do that, we effectively validate that whatever price down here, wherever it might be or end up being, we effectively validate that is the low, okay? So 0033, very important level there. Let's look at the short-term stuff, and we'll zoom back out from there, okay? Looking at the 1 hour time frame, we are certainly in a downward sloping channel, right? Lower lows, lower highs, that whole thing. I'm not drawing it the best, but you can roughly see what I'm going for, right? Looks like we're pushing down now. Do we have volume? Not a lot of volume, which is good to see. That's refreshing. That's good. Yeah, not a lot of volume. So likely this is a fake out. The RSI is right at the oversold zone, perfect area to bounce from. A little bit of bullish divergence here. I would call that bullish divergence. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, you are lower than this low. I don't know. It looks good, and the fact that there is a divergence in volume with this move, at least, right? Though that's not as reliable, but still, the fact that you're moving lower with decaying in volume. I mean, if we were doing that to the upside, look at this, right? You're moving higher, and your volume's dying off. What happened? We sold off. Here you moved lower, and the volume was lower than here whenever you're at this low, so you moved up, right? Just because the volume's dying, and just because we're at the oversold zone, a likely area to bounce from, doesn't mean that it has to be anything significant. But it certainly does suggest some type of turnaround here. And being that we're in a downtrend overall, maybe we come up and find resistance at a lower high level, somewhere maybe around 0028 to 0029, somewhere in that zone. That sounds right. Let's focus on that first, 0028 to 0029. And if you break through that, then we can talk about higher levels, right? Like 0033 and beyond. Stochastics are bearish at the moment, and the MACD is bearish as well. There's some good things going on with the MACD, but it's bearish overall, and so is the RSI. So at this moment, while I am effectively expecting that we find support here because of the lack of volume, and primarily, really, the reason why I'm expecting that we find support here is that we're right at the 886 level of this retracement, right? The 886. I thought I clicked it. Is literally right here, right where we are right now. I am going to call for us to find support here, kind of in the face of danger, and we'll see. Do be open-minded that support here doesn't mean that we're absolved of going lower. We can go lower. We absolutely can, but whenever we get above 0033, that's when we establish that we will not go lower anymore, right, on a daily closing basis. 4-hour time frame. Looking at this now. Hold on. The RSI is providing bullish divergence, actually very significant bullish divergence. Right? Here's one drive of bullish divergence. There's two drives, and then here would be a third drive. We've got triple bullish divergence, which typically is actually a very powerful signal. That would lead us to go back to about 0029 or higher. So maybe I was not bullish enough at 0028, 0029. Maybe we do go a little bit higher. And in which case, what on the price might make sense to go to? If we were to go above this area where the divergence formed, we'd likely go up to I would think somewhere around here where we found resistance or support before. Maybe we do go up to 003. And hell, why not continue past that? This divergence might be what allows us to go back to 0033 and get above here. If not, though, if we find some turbulence, don't get sidetracked. But looking at the 4-hour time frame here, this divergence is giving me some optimism that we are about to break out of this downtrend. That this next move up should break us out of this downtrend. So that's great. That's great. That's the first step on the road of recovery. The next step is getting above the 0033, and then the final step is taking out that high so that we get a higher high and effectively dissolve our lower highs, right? Stochastics are bearish. The MACD is also bearish. So bullish implications from the RSI only. You are at areas to bounce on the stochastics where you've bounced before, but it didn't really provide much, did it? And the MACD, I got nothing to go off of with the MACD here. You're building bearish momentum. So, again, be open-minded to lower prices. I'm calling for a low here, and there are indications across multiple time frames and multiple indicators that we could go lower. So I could be wrong. I'm setting myself up. We're literally looking death in the face right here and saying, nope, we're not going lower. We're going to bounce, right? And that sometimes works out. Honestly, oftentimes, whenever I feel like we're looking death in the face, we make these kind of calls. It actually does work out, but just be open-minded to lower prices, okay? Daily time frame, RSI, double bottom, bullish divergence, which also came back, would put the price back at about 003. So again, just more bullish as we're zooming out, the potential here. Again, this next move up could really take us out of this downtrend and start to establish something that takes us higher. Stochastics are oversold. MACD has bullish divergence. So we do have bullish divergence on the daily RSI and the MACD, which is impressive in itself. And both of those divergence levels would take us somewhere around, maybe not directly to, but somewhere around our golden ratio, which again, 0033, that's the golden ratio. That's the area that we need to break above. We close above that, and then it's game on. Okay. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. The target areas to consider in order are anything from about 1 cent to 1.4 cent, and then 2 cents to 4.5 cents, and then from there 6 cents to 7.7 cents. I personally think that there will be turbulence along the way. It won't just be a straight shot up, right? Just like this last move here wasn't a straight shot up. There was moments where you found turbulence. There was moments where you found turbulence before hitting the high, but you still made it all the way up here. I believe that we will see turbulence at various points, find resistance and support, but ultimately make our way up to something around 3 to 6 cents. Sorry, 3 to 7.7 cents, either by the end of this year or sometime by the end of January. And I'm personally expecting we'll be around 4.5 to 6 cents personally. I've got nothing else. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. All right. Bye-bye.